Hello friends, welcome to my channel, The Canadian Law Stream. The focus of this channel would be to prepare students for the NCA exam conducted by the Federation of Law Societies of Canada. This is my first video, and in this video I would be discussing about the syllabus of the Constitutional Law of Canada prescribed by the National Committee on Accreditation. So the syllabus of Constitutional Law of Canada is divided into three domains. The first domain deals with the basic concepts, the second domain deals with the division of power, and the third domain deals with the Charter of Rights. And it is divided into 20 subtopics. So let us deal with the first domain of basic concepts. The first topic under the head of basic concept is the sources and nature of the Canadian Constitution. We'll be dealing with reference of resecession case of Quebec. The second topic is amending procedures. In this, we will be discussing about section 38 and 49 of the Canadian Constitution, and would be also discussing about the secession of Quebec case. The third topic is federalism. We would be discussing sections 91 to 95 under this topic. The fourth topic is judicial review and principles of interpretation. We'll be discussing about section 52. We'll be discussing about R versus Morgantler case, Canadian Western Bank versus Alberta case, Quebec Attorney General versus Canadian Owners and Pilot Association case. The fourth topic, which comes under the head of distribution of powers, is paramountcy. Let me tell you one more thing, my dear friends, that if you would follow my channel and look at and properly view and understand all the videos which I make, you would be easily qualified enough to get away with the NCA exam. Very easily. You could easily qualify the NCA exam if you'd follow my channel and see all the videos. You would not be required to depend yourself on any other sources. Watching my videos would be enough for you to sit and write the NCA exams. The first topic under this head, distribution of powers, is paramountcy. Here we will be discussing what the definition of paramountcy is. We will be discussing Rothman's, Benson and Hedges INC versus Saskatchewan case. The second topic under this category is property and civil rights. We will be discussing section 92, subclause 13 of the Canadian Act of 1867. We will be discussing three important cases: Citizens Insurance Company of Canada versus Parsons, Chatterjee versus Ontario Attorney General case. We will be discussing about Reference Free Securities Act of 2011. The next topic is trade and commerce. Here we'll be discussing about section 91 subclause 2 of the Constitution Act of 1867. We'll be dealing with two important cases. The first is General Motors of Canada case, and the second is Reference Free Securities Act of 2011. The next topic is peace, order and good government. We'll be discussing about section 91 of the Act of 1867. We'll be discussing two important cases: Reference Re Anti-Inflation Act of 1976 case. We'll be discussing about R versus Crown Zillerbash Canada Limited case. The next topic is criminal law. We'll be discussing section 91 subclause 27 and section 92 subclause 15 under the Constitution Act of 1867. We'll be discussing about three important cases under this head: Margarine Reference case, Reference Re Firearms Act case, Reference Re Assisted Human Reproduction Act case. Now the next domain, or the third part of our syllabus, is rights and freedoms. Here would be first discussing about the language rights. We'll be discussing section 133. We will be discussing Manitoba Act of 1870, section 23. We'll be discussing the next topic under the head of Aboriginal and treaty rights. My friends, this is a very important topic. We'll be discussing section 91 subclause 24 of the Constitution Act of 1867. We'll be discussing section 25 and 35 of the Constitution Act of 1982, and we would be discussing three important cases. The first case is R versus Vanderpeet, the second case is R versus Marshall, and the third case is Haida Nation versus British Columbia. It is also noteworthy to mention that we would be discussing one more important case under this head, which would be the fourth case, and the name of that case is Silcott Nation versus PC, British Columbia of 2014. Now the next topic is interpretation of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and the topic which comes after this is application of Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Here we'll be discussing about section 32 of the Canadian Constitution Act of 1982. We'll be discussing about Elbridge versus British Columbia Attorney General case. We'll be discussing about Great Vancouver Transportation Authority versus Canadian Federation of Students case. The next topic is overriding of rights. We'll be discussing section 33 of the Act of 1982. We'll be discussing one very important case of Ford versus Quebec. The next topic is limitation of rights. We'll be discussing section 1 of 1982. We'll be discussing R versus Oaks case, Alberta versus Hitcherian Brethren of Wilson Colony case. My friends, limitation of rights is one of the important topics. The next topic, which we'll be discussing under the heads of rights and freedoms, are freedom of conscience and religion. Here we'll be discussing section 2 subclause A of the Act of 1982. Here we'll be discussing 4 important cases: Syndicate Northcrest versus Amsterdam case, reference re same-sex marriage case, Alberta versus Ontarian Brethren of Wilson Colony case, R versus NS case of 2012. The next topic which we are going to discuss in our discussion would be freedom of expression. Here it is pertinent to mention section 2 subclause B of the Canadian Constitution Act of 1982, and 2 important cases would be discussed under this head. The first case is Montreal City versus 2952136 Quebec INC case of 2005. The second case is Saskatchewan Human Rights Commission versus Watcott case. The next topic under this head is life, liberty and security of the person. Here we'll be discussing about the fundamental justice, concept of fundamental justice, and a very important section, section 7 of Constitution Act of 1982. Here it is pertinent to mention that we are going to also discuss 3 important cases. The first is Canada versus PHS Community Service Society case, Canada Ontario Attorney General versus Bedford case, Carter versus Canada case. The next topic is equality rights. It is mentioned that section 15 of the Act of 1982 deals with equality, the concept of equality, and we will be mentioning 3 important cases of Andrews versus Law Society of British Columbia, R versus CAP, Whitler versus Canada Attorney General case of 2011. The next and the last topic is remedies. Here we would be mentioning section 24 and section 52. We'll be discussing about enforcement of rights and important case laws, and those important case laws are 2 in number. The first one is Bryant versus Alberta. The second is Vancouver City versus Watt. My friends, I assure you, I believe, this is my belief, I'm not giving a guarantee, but it's my belief that if you people follow my channel and look and view all the videos which I upload, I am very sure that you people will easily be able to manage your NCA exams by watching these videos of mine, and they would be enough to make you qualify the exam of NCA. Thank you so much. It is also important for me to mention that the syllabus which I will be discussing and the topics which I would be discussing are all revised topics as per the latest syllabus of the Federation of Law Societies of Canada, and would really equip you to prepare well for the exams. Thank you.